wasn't built in a day. It's a matter of time and consistency. The more you keep doing what you do, the more you make a difference in what you project out to the world and to your relationship at large. You are welcome to Relationship Corner on Immaculate Television. I am Jeremiah Oderinde, and today we'll be talking about since submission is not in a relationship. Since submission is not in your relationship. Most times when we talk about submission, we talk about being submissive, we talk about being surrendering yourself, we talk about giving yourself out to your partner, being able to obey, being considerable, being trying to understand your partner, being able to give your partner what is ought to at the right time. And looking at submission, everybody projects or try to tell their partner that they are submissive in one way or the other. And that is one of the major keys that can even keep your relationship going in every aspect of your life. Either your relationship with your friend or relationship with someone that you so much love and cherish. So not every time you must prove that you are arrogant or you are proud. Sometimes you just have to just submit so that you can learn. Remember, anyone that will become successful needs to submit to a knowledge so that he or she can grow. Looking at your relationship, submission is not slavery. Don't give an impression of submitting yourself out of pity. I don't have a choice. Majority of people have turned their submission process to slavery. They submit to their partner out of pity. They submit to their partner out of I don't have a choice. No, relationships are not built like that. Some people or some women will tell you that I had no choice due to my children, due to my family members around me. I just have to just stay with him. And he's maltreating you. He's beating you for goodness sake. No, that is not submission. Speak out to people that can really help you in your relationship. Don't submit to pain. Don't submit to forever agony. There is time and season for everything. What is ought to be done at the right time, if you don't do it, then it's become a forever injury. Yeah, you can say, I will heal up. I can change him. But in course of changing him, he might not be able to listen to you. He might even say, I've heard you, I will change. It beat you the first time. I've heard you, I will change. Second time, I've heard you, I will change. Third time. And it's repeating this process. You need to speak out to people that can really save you. Sometimes he can just ignore you outside. You are giving him advice. It's not about beating now. It's not about harassment. You are giving him advice. He's ignoring your advice. And his advices are failing. And it's affecting your relationship. No. Things are not done like that. The two parties need to come together and submit to each other knowledge. Because in the process of this submitting to each other knowledge, you find out that you are building a standard relationship. You find out that you are building love. You find out that both of you becomes united. You are able to understand yourself. You are able to bear witness with each other in the process of your relationship. So don't submit to slavery. Instead, come together and submit to each other knowledge. Through that way, you can be able to what? Simplify and bring out something great with your future. Another thing you shouldn't submit to is submission is not agreeing to all your partner wants from you. See, not everything your partner wants from you, you should give at every point they need it. I am not saying you should be rude. No. I am not asking you to ignore their advice. No. I'm not asking you that you should do that which they don't want. No. But not all advices, not all instruction you should submit to. Try to discern and scan it well. It's just like you are having a document in your hand and you need to take it through the process of scanner. When they give you a document and you need to scan the document, make sure that whatever details you scan there, you make sure that it shows and you are able to get quality information of what is already in the first PDF out of the scanner back to your system. Same way it is when you talk about your relationship. You need to scan what they are really telling you. What are they telling you? Okay, for instance, it's asking you that, darling, can you please do this for me? And you discover that what is asking you to do is against the will of God. It's asking you, can you do that for me? You discover that what is asking you to do, it does not even pleases you yourself. So you need to come to the understanding whereby you make sure you tell him, my dear, please just try and understand me. I can't do this now. Can you give me time to think about it? There are wisdom you can apply in this process. You can tell him, okay, can you give me a little time to think about it? in that process of thinking, he would surely see your reaction if he loves you, that this lady, this woman, or this man is not ready to do this. And through that, he will ask, okay, what do you really want? Don't be too quick to say, because he is the man, so therefore he should do this for me. No, sometimes you just need to just open up and tell him that no. Not every time should be yes, 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 yes. Sometimes you just need to say some no. I'm not saying you should be rude, I repeat. I'm not saying you should ignore him, no, or ignore her, no. I'm not trying to say that. But what I'm trying to say is that you should learn to say no sometimes. You being resistant does not mean you don't love him, but it's just about your personal decision. What do you truly want for yourself? What do you see yourself doing? What do you see yourself becoming? See, if you do anything you don't enjoy, then you will discover that what you are really doing won't be productive. So not to waste much of your time doing what that is not being productive. Therefore, make sure that you are doing things that has to do with what your partner really wants for you. Another thing about submission that it should not be allowed in your relationship is submission does not mean shutting off your brain when your husband is not doing the right thing. See, women, don't shut off your brain. Speak out. When you talk to that man and he's not answering you, try another process. So you can't give up and say you want to have success. You can't give up and say you want to build a home. You can't give up and say you want to build out potentials out of your children. It's a matter of consistently checking up. For instance, a child brought an assignment home today. The child didn't do it well or didn't provide the necessary answer. You taught the child. Tomorrow, he brought the same assignment and he's not fixing the assignment well. What are you to do again? You have to put the child through. So it's not just in a day everything is being done. That's why I started with this quote that Rome wasn't built in a day. It's a matter of process. So you have to make sure that consistently you are able to build your relationship well. In the matter of time, you are able to understand what your partner truly needs for you. Don't shut up your brain. Like, open up. Let him know your interest in that matter. Some ladies, I come to discover, I was with a lady some time ago and she was telling me this. She said she find herself with a man that she loves the man and she care about the man, but whatsoever the man say is a final because he's the head of the family, because God has said man are the head of the family, they are Christ over them, they are this after God, after Christ, it is the husband and everything like that. And you discover that this lady was so submissive to the man, so caring, so loving, but most of everything she's doing, it is out of pain. She does not have a say, she does not have a word. Then after 15 years of marriage, it is so painful that this lady, the man brought in another woman. And when they are asking the man, why do you bring in another woman? He said, because my woman does not give me right advice. See, a man loves a woman that can also bring something to the table. Like, partner with them. When you have things to do, discuss, then you become what? You become potential in what you do. Another thing submission is not in your relationship is, submission does not mean giving all husband authority or privileges to any man or your boyfriend. See, don't give all the power to the man. I am a man too. Sometimes ask them, darling, what do you want? And let them to ask you, what do you want? Any man that cannot ask you, what do you want? What is your take or decision about this issue? Frankly, such a man is bringing something or building something out. And later you will discover that you won't have a say even when you settle down. Some women are into agony of paying their children's school fees, catering for their feeding, catering for everything presently, due to the fact that when they are in the stage of courtship, they did not make certain things clear with their partner. And when you don't make certain things clear with your partner, at the end of the relationship, the man will tell you, I don't have money. And when the man tells you that he does not have money, you won't want to look at your children suffering. You want to cater and take responsibility. And you see them taking responsibility. And likewise, the man have money but spending on something that is irrelevant. See, the foundation of proper planning cannot be overemphasized in relationship. So you need to plan well, re-strategize yourself, and know where you are to submit, when you are to give the man authority, when the man needs to give you authority. When it comes to the kitchen, the man should be telling you that, hey, in the kitchen, this. No, you have authority over it. Darling, can you help me? Darling, it shouldn't be only you. Yeah, you should work together in unity, in one accord, in love. When you don't work together in love, then how do you want to project your true relationship? How do you want to project it to the world? Relationship is far beyond you go outside together, you wear the same clothes, you snap pictures together. Oh, forget that. Oh, during our courtship, do you know what happened? I planned wearing this clothes. Unfortunately, you wore the turtleneck, I wore the turtleneck, we wear the same skirt. Forget that one. See, and when we get married, we'll be wearing the same clothes, we'll be going to be outing together. If I'm getting down from the car, you also get down. Forget that one. It is not about the fashion that people will see outside. It's not about the packaging people will see outside. It's about what you enjoy in your home. When we're talking about slavery the other time, I forget something. A man should not put you under slavery because of sex. I need it every day. I need it every day. And it is not convenient for you. Try to open up to him. You don't need the third party. Talk to him one-on-one. Understand him. Another thing you should not submit to is submission is not a sexual preference. Like I've said, you shouldn't say because he loves it every time. You should be giving him every time. And it is not convenient for you. Tell him, darling, I am stressed out today. That does not mean you should cheat him of his rights. Don't be a cheat. Submission does not mean living in fear of your husband or someone you love. No. Submission is about you totally surrendering yourself, showing the actual love, talk with confidence, discuss with confidence, relate with confidence, do everything out of your self-esteem. And through that, you can be able to tell him or her that, honestly, I loved you. So don't be in relationship out of fear, but instead submit to the person. Make sure you are bold to talk. You are bold to interact. You can do things that when you are doing it together, you can feel like, yes, indeed, I am with the man I love. Don't be scared of your man, and the man, don't be scared of your woman. Submission does not mean the will of your husband should come before the will of God. No. Whatsoever that is against the will of God, please don't do it. Whatsoever you know that it is not pleasant, please don't do it. What is worth doing is worth doing well. Give yourself consistently to your relationship. Be submissive to your husband. Husband, also be submissive to your wife. And through that, you can make your relationship the best out of every other relationship around you. Thank you very much for joining us today. This is Immaculate Television, and this is Relationship Corner. I remain Jeremiah Oderinde, and next week we will continue on this topic because I'll be here with a lady and we'll talk more about what? Submission. Have a nice day.